Hey YouTubers, my name is Valeria. Welcome to my new... Oh, shut up. Wait, we didn't discuss the name. I wanted to call it, cut please. I want to call it unscripted. Hello YouTubers, I'm back. I'm so sorry for being MIA for so long, but I come bearing great news. End of first year medical school, guys. I am so excited. I did my last block today. I did family medicine. I presented so well for my group and the test was great as well. So I'm going to share my first year experience, right? Well, I didn't have like much to do because like I was literally credited for all of my subjects, which I only had to do practice of medicine, which is called POMI, and I only did psychology, which I didn't like at all. I know that there are people who don't like psychology as well. It's just not my thing, right? So my first year experience of medical school after 4 long years of studying a Bachelor of Science, I'm gonna be honest, I was extremely exhausted. If I had the time and the luxury to take a gap year, I could have, but I couldn't, right? So I spent the whole year trying to rest, and then I got tired of resting, obviously, because you can't rest for 365 days. So how was POMI? POMI was great. For me, it was an introduction to the medical world. I got to learn some of the clinical skills that I'm going to use for the rest of my life. I got to do like 6 incredible blocks, which was how to take vital signs. We did family medicine, we studied epidemiology, we did an HIV block, we did which other one was it? We did primary emergency care, and yeah, I think that was all. And the knowledge that I carry at this point in time is something that I am going to use for the rest of my life, like I said, and the experience was amazing. Oh, I forgot just one: longitudinal service learning, which was my best out of all of them, because here in Sifako, we had an opportunity to go to the clinics. So with longitudinal service learning, we would incorporate vital signs and then we would practice on real life patients, and it was amazing. I felt like a doctor, and I wish I was in final year, and it's internship next year, but hey, I still have 5 more years to go. Oh my god. But nonetheless, the experience was great. And then psychology was a mess, right? Okay, psychology has a lot to do with studying of human behaviors, the different facets that come with being human and all of that. So I didn't like it, because with regards to my personality, when I read or learn about something, I get to practice it. So now imagine I have this whole knowledge of how people behave. I remember how I was asking my other friends on, their different attachment styles when it comes to relationships. Imagine learning in class about attachment styles, and then now you go around, analyzing people and be like, oh my god, this one is avoidant, ambivalent, and that is so wrong. You can't do that to people. So yeah, psychology isn't my thing, but the knowledge I have, I'm equipped. I'm able now to read different personalities. I don't like it, but I guess it has made like my life a lot easier. Okay, and then the nitty-gritties. How did I cope with first year and and all the free time that I had. Okay, so I tried working. Well, I didn't try working, I did actually work. So I was demonstrating biology first years, so whoever goes through the same program that I went through, I would advise them to work as well, because you've got literally 4 days in a week where you're doing absolutely nothing. Well, you're supposed to go to class, but some of the classes, well, I didn't attend them because not that they were useless, but I could survive without attending them, right? So I went to work, and then I started exercising, I read a lot, and I started a YouTube channel. So I guess it was taking a lot of my time, and I was entertaining myself, I was spending more time with my friends, and I was resting, guys, because I felt chronically fatigued, because also I'm still recovering from depression and anxiety, so some days are really better than others, right? So yeah, that's my free time. How did I cope with being a depression survivor, trying to maneuver school, trying to maneuver work, trying to stay afloat and be present in all my daily activities? What I did was to conscientize myself every day when I woke up to be present in all the situations that I find myself in. When I go to class, I must be present. In every block that I do, I must also be very and extremely present, so I would force life out of myself. But I have to be excruciatingly honest that some days were really difficult. I'd sleep in and don't do anything, so I guess that was part of my healing process. So what I also did was I would go to my psychologist and my psychiatrist, and I would take my meds on a regular, and that was helping for a while. And then after a while things started getting a bit intense, but then on again, I'm better, I'm doing way better. The exhaustion is not as terrible as it used to be. I'm more alive now, I'm more present, and I'd encourage everyone who has a very tight schedule like I exposed myself to this year to actually consider going to a psychologist and a psychiatrist if needs be, right? So yeah, first year, great stuff. I'm happy. The only thing that I'm left with to do now is for me to write both my exams, and then yay me, welcome second year. So I'm going to provide information on how to get to where I am, or even have a better chance of beating the system and actually doing it shorter. Hi to my friend Lisero, who's taking the video, the love of my life. She makes my life beautiful, so I always feel the need to give her a shout out in every video because she's amazing. Okay, so there are literally 7 or 8 institutions in South Africa that provide medicine as a course. So namely, it's my university, obviously Sefako Makgato Health Sciences University, then there's University of Pretoria, then there's WITS, then there's University of Limpopo now also provides medicine, then there's Walter Sisulu University, there's University of Cape Town, there's Nelson Mandela University, and then there is Walter Sisulu, if I mentioned it already, or have I? Okay, so it's literally 7. Okay, so with those institutions, unfortunately, they do not make you jump the years like WITS does. With all the other 6 institutions, you have to go back to first year. But the beauty is they will credit you for all the modules that you have if you have a degree like myself. And then WITS is amazing in the sense that they saw like a gap, when it comes to the need for medical doctors, so they wanted to close it, make the years shorter for people who already have like a BSc and all the other health, you know, sciences degrees, right? So what happens? What do they call it at Wits? It's called the GEMP program, which is the graduate entry medical program, whereby you apply, right? Which I'd advise people to apply online. It makes the whole process a lot easier and a lot efficient and faster. So you write a test. I'm going to give you information about it on the requirements and everything, but let's start here. So you get into like third year of the medical program, but the initial requirement that you need is that you need to have a degree, a science degree. So they do not accept any diplomas and they do not accept any higher certificates, right? So what you need is a degree in any science. So that degree, you have to have physics as one of your subjects. You need to have biology, zoology, or anatomy or physiology as one of your subjects. You also need to have mathematics as one of your subjects, right? So what happens is you need to get like 60% as your average for those subjects for you to at least meet the minimum requirements of the selection, right? And then after you have that, so they select you and you are now eligible to write the WAPT test, right? So what is the WAPT test? The WAPT test is the test they're going to select for people to, you know, to proceed and then enter into this program, right? So the WAPT test entails of 3 major subjects, right? So it's your human anatomy, it's your human physiology, and molecular medicine. It is important for you to know that everything is literally self-study. No one is going to teach you or provide any information with regards to those 3 subjects. By that I mean no one is going to literally spoon feed you the information that you need to know. So you have like an entire year to study, and then you write the test, I think almost in September. So anyone who wants to do it in 2019, they should apply next year. Applications, they open in March, so you send in your application, which means this year you would be in your final year of study. They also accept people that are doing their final year of study, and obviously you would have to send in your results, right? And then also they accept students or maybe people that studied before and went to work, and then they have a desire to then further their studies to do medicine. They also accept people who did that. Okay, and then what happens with your human anatomy, with your human physiology, and your molecular medicine? Okay, let me give you a heads up. I also wrote this test. It is like a 4-hour long test. Like, guys, you get so exhausted, you want to pass out while you are actually writing. So my honest opinion would be you need to study as early as possible. If you can do it from January, guys, study physiology, study anatomy, and study molecular medicine from the beginning of the year. So when it comes to September, if you were busy like me, you wouldn't have to stress that much. Because with me, I had to juggle final year. I had to also, juggle work, and I also had to juggle, the studying of these three modules, and they were self-taught. So obviously I didn't make it, but it's fine. If you are not as busy as I was, I encourage you to take this program, because I believe it is, one of the good medical institutions that we have in South Africa. So also be prepared for the 4 hours. It's intense, but it's doable. It's very doable, and it's exciting. Really, it was, and I'm really grateful for that experience, because next year I don't need to stress that much about anatomy and physiology, because I had enough time to read. So the material, where do you get the material? They have an efficient system whereby they communicate with you via, email. So they provide information for what you would need to know. So they will send you the type of textbooks that you need to buy, and they would send you resources on what to look for online and all of that. So guys, if you want to take my route, you can take my route. If you want to take the GEMP route, you can also take that GEMP route. And all the best. I'm done with my first year, and I have 5 more years to go. I'm excited. I just pray that my health gets better. We are together in this journey, and everyone else who is also a depression and anxiety survivor, I wish you well, and I wish you can hold on as long as you can, and I hope that someday you experience freedom. That's the only thing I desire on a daily basis. For the day I will finally feel free from these shackles of death and feeling like I'm going to die on a daily basis. But then on again, life is good. God is still amazing. Surround yourself with people that love you. Latch onto them. I'm latching onto Lesego. She's most probably exhausted. Most probably ulapile, but hey. She's really amazing, and find more people that you guys can latch onto. They're really incredible people, and if you have support from your family, big ups. And yes guys, cheers. I've missed you. Mwah, 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 mwah.